Numerous books have been compiled by Muslim and non-Muslim authors regarding the martyrdom of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, its concept, significance, and effects. Ayatollah Agha Buzurg Tahrani, who died in 1389 AH, coinciding with 1970 AD, in his encyclopedic work entitled Az-Zari'a ila Tasanif al-Shi'a, mentions the names of 2,000 books written in various languages on this subject alone until his time. The pioneer in this field was Asbagh ibn Nubata Mashajai, who died in 140 AH, one of the distinguished companions of Imam Ali alayhi salam, who was very much alive during the tragedy of Karbala. He was the first to compile a book on martyrdom, Maqtal of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. He was followed by Jabir ibn Yazid al-Jafi, who died in 128 AH, a companion of Imam Muhammad al-Baqir alayhi salam and Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq alayhi salam. Following them was Abu Makhnaf Lut ibn Yahya ibn Sa'id al-Azadi, who died in 157 AH. Abu Makhnaf was alive during the tragedy of Karbala and had the opportunity to meet and personally interview those who were present in Karbala and directly relate from them. He wrote the renowned book named Maqtal al-Hussein. As opined by the author in his preface that the Maqtal referred to by Allama al-Majlisi in his Bihar al-Anwar is not the original Maqtal, while this book is extant and also quoted by some ancient historians who have narrated from him in their books, viz. Tabari in his Tarikh, Baladhuri in his Ansab al-Ashraf, Ibn Kathir in his Tarikh. Mention must be made of the 4 manuscripts of the Maqtal, located at Gotha, number 1836, Berlin, Springer, numbers 159 to 160, Leiden, number 792, and St. Petersburg, Am, number 78. It was from the first 2 that Ferdinand Wustenfeld made a German translation of the work entitled Der Tod des Hussein bin Ali und die Rache, Göttingen, 1883. Other ancient compilers being Nasr ibn Muzahim Manqari, who died in 212 AH, Muhammad ibn Umar Waqidi, died 207 AH, Abu Ishaq Ibrahim ibn Ishaq Nahawandi, 269 AH, Ibn Ishaq Saqafi, died in 283 AH, Ahmad ibn Abi Yaqub, died after 292 AH, Ibn Asam Kufi, died 314 AH, Abdul Aziz ibn Yahya Jaludi, died 332 AH, Abu al-Faraj al-Isfahani, died 355 AH. The book Nafasul Mahmoom, Literature, the Sigh of the Aggrieved, is a comprehensive work authored by the eminent traditionist Sheikh Abbas al-Qummi, who died in 1359 AH, coinciding with 1940 AD, who has compiled it quoting from various authoritative books as stated by him in the preface of this book. Nafasul Mahmoom forms the basis of reference for contemporary authors, researchers, historians, and orators, Zakirin, and is acclaimed by one and all. The present spiritual leader of the Islamic Republic of Iran, Ayatollah al-Uzma Sayyid Ali al-Husseini Khamenei, in one of his speeches of the 29th of Dhul Hijjah, 1415 AH, while highlighting the importance of Ashura and Azadari to the ulama and seminary students, specifically said that for the mourning of Imam al-Hussein, open and read the book Nafasul Mahmoom of Muhaddis al-Qummi. You will witness that it will be a means of invoking grief for the listeners and will give rise to a tempest in the sea of love of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. Sheikh Abbas al-Qummi was a master traditionist, being the student of the celebrated scholar Ayatollah Mirza Hussein Noori Tabarsi. He has authored numerous important books, viz. Safinatul Bahar, Muntaha al-Amal, Tuhfatul Ahbab, Kuna wal Alqab, Baytul Ahzan, Tuhfatul Rawzawiyya, Mafatih al-Junan, the renowned Book of Dua, etc. The present book happens to be the second in the translation series of Muhaddis al-Qummi's books, the first being Manazil al-Akhirah. For the sake of convenience, I have divided the book in 2 volumes. The first one ending at the martyrdom of the companions of Imam al-Hussein, alayhi salam, and the second one beginning with the martyrdom of the Bani Hashim, ending with the revenge of Mukhtar ibn Abi Ubaida al-Saqafi, and the elimination of Ubaidullah ibn Ziyad, la'natullah alayh. Being purely reportage, the author has directly quoted the versions of the narrators and has refrained from altering the original texts or furnishing his own opinion regarding a particular report, except in some cases. Being a translator, I too have emulated him and have neither added nor deleted any text from the original narration. Perhaps the readers may find some of the reports as being unacceptable or against what is popularly understood. Wherever I have found it necessary, I have annexed notes to it for further understanding and clarification. Thus, readers are requested to refer to these notes. Arabic being an eloquent and elucid language, it is usually impossible to translate certain words or phrases into any other language. Thus, it becomes necessary at some places to quote the original Arabic words. Notwithstanding whatever knowledge and effort put in such work, it remains far from being perfect, for perfection is the essence of Allah. I therefore request the readers to write in, should they feel it necessary, to raise any point or make any remarks in so far as the translation goes, and not the actual text of the book. Last but not least, may Imam Hussein alayhi salam, may his angelic soul guide us, and act as a beacon of light to restore sanity in this strife-torn world full of vices and immorality, with men thirsting for each other's blood, despite all the scientific achievements he has gained. The need for remembering Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, his achievements, and practicing his ideals is ever so imperative. May the Imam accept this humble service of mine, seeking his pleasure and the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And may Allah exalt the position of the author of this informative book Sheikh Abbas ibn Muhammad Rida al-Qummi, and offer him refuge under his imperial inqiyamah amongst the slaves of the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. Ijaz Ali T. Bujwala al-Husseini, Baqir al-Ulum Islamic Library and Research Center, Bombay, India, Friday, 16th of March 2001, coinciding with the 20th of Dhul Hijjah 1421 AH.